This is GoForRadio.com's Paul Gann, and it's time to go for it. The 1998 Bulls. This is a team that many believe if they would have stayed together in 1999, could have won 4 in a row. If we look at the Chicago Bulls, we look at the key components of that 98 Chicago Bulls team. Michael Jordan, he would have been 35 in 1999. Michael Jordan still was the best player in the NBA, still would have played at a high level. Scottie Pippen, he would have been 33 in 1999. If you look at Scottie Pippen, after the 98 season, he never averaged more than 14 points a contest. But maybe things would have been different in the triangle and with Michael Jordan. Dennis Rodman was 37 in 1999. If you look at the Last Dance documentary, you realize that the Bulls had a hard time reining Dennis Rodman in. Who's to say they could have reined him in for another year? And also, if you look at it, after his time in Chicago, Rodman really wasn't the same player. He played with the Lakers, played with the Mavericks, and was released in both situations. So, let's look at the team who won it in 1999. The San Antonio Spurs. They started off the regular season 6-8, but would win 31 of their final 36 regular season games and would have the best record in the NBA. If you also look at the Spurs, they had Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Look what those guys did in the NBA Finals against the New York Knicks. Duncan averaged 27 and 14. Robinson, 16 and 11. So those guys would have been difficult to stop. Here's what would benefit the Bulls. The 1999 season was a lockout shortened season. So those guys, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, would have had an opportunity to be rested. Would have had an opportunity to get their bodies healed up. And would have had an opportunity to get things right emotionally and physically. Because if you watch that Last Dance documentary, that team was drained emotionally and physically after that 98 season. As great as Michael Jordan has been in NBA Finals play, 6-0, Tim Duncan has been equally great, 5-1 in NBA Finals play. So as much as we love Michael Jordan, as great as Michael Jordan was and is, Tim Duncan was equally great in NBA Finals play. End of the day, what would have happened? In my opinion, I think the Spurs would have got it. Greg Popovich is a Hall of Fame coach. Greg Popovich and that Spurs team was rolling. And if you also look at what happened in the playoffs, the Spurs were 15-2 in the playoffs. So they were dominant in the regular season, dominant in the postseason. With home court advantage, with Greg Popovich, with Duncan, with Robinson, I just think that 99 Spurs team would have been a little too much for the Chicago Bulls, and I just think the way they played that season, it was just their time, their year. This is Paul Gann, and I went for it. Make sure you check us out on social media, on Twitter, @GoForItGann, on Facebook, @GoForRadio.